going to make the coffee. Well, today I'm having dark chocolate hazelnut coffee. I got it at Aldi's and I like it. It's good. We had frost warning last night, but I don't see any frost on the pumpkins this morning. But it is in the mid 30s. I think it's 35 today. So, but it's supposed to be sunny and a high of 60, so that'll be nice, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of wind going on out there. So, but I can't think of too much that I still need to do in the garden. I should probably cover up my lettuces, put a little greenhouse cover over them, but it's supposed to warm up, so maybe I'll hold off on that. And lettuce and other greens like kale and chard, they'll do okay for a while in a frost weather, but anyway, I still have lots of greens in the fridge. So one negative thing about bringing produce in the house and plants and all that is you tend to bring in gnats and fruit flies. So I have both of those buggers right now, gnats and fruit flies. And I can't find where the fruit flies are coming from because I don't see them anywhere. Usually you can figure out where they're coming from, but I don't have any rotting fruit or vegetables out, so I don't know where they're coming from. But anyway, had a nice time going to breakfast with my mom yesterday. We tried a new restaurant. It was called Big Egg in North Olmsted, and it was really good. So we have a new place to go to now. We were going to go to Bob Evans, and then the dental assistant recommended we try this Big Egg, so that's what we did. It wasn't very crowded in there, not too many people, but they had a sign up on their checkout desk how much everything has increased in as far as like cooking oil and products that they use, and their prices were actually very reasonable. So, they were just trying to kind of head off any negativity about raising their prices. And, I don't blame them. I mean, it was ridiculous. I think they said something like one of the things on the list was, now I think this is what I remember, like cooking oil used to be $25 for, I don't remember the amount, and now it's $100. So it's quadrupled. So don't let them bamboozle you and think that, the cost of living has only gone up this much. That's from the last time it went up. So anyway, yeah, it's getting to be ridiculous. So anyhow, this is a very big mug, and it only makes like 3/4 of a cup of coffee. Otherwise the coffee would be too weak. So I'm going to put some of this creamer in, and the last time I put a little bit of the raspberry syrup in. I think I'll do that again, and it made a really delicious chocolate raspberry coffee. Not too much, otherwise it'll be too sweet. These syrups are very sweet. And of course the creamer's sweet too, so if you don't like your coffee real sweet, that might not be for you. But I like it relatively sweet, not over the top. Cheers. Yep, that's very good. So today I have to take my little guy to the groomer, and he's just been beside himself since I brought Chloe home. He's very happy that she's back, and He's been misbehaving a bit. So anyway, it's his turn today. And then tomorrow it'll be Lizzie's turn to get bathed and groomed and all nice for the Thanksgiving holiday. So next week it's supposed to get a little warmer again. So I'm glad about that. So I don't know if that would be considered Indian summer, because technically Indian summer is after the first frost. So, okay, I will meet you over there at the budget book. Okay, back at the budget book. Well, yesterday I didn't spend any money. Mom and I didn't go to the store, so I just took her and we had breakfast. Of course, she treated. She always insists, so I just let her. I mean, I know how it makes me feel when I can treat my kids to things, so I don't argue with her. So moms will be moms. So anyway, I did not spend any money. So I was really disappointed when I got my walking pad, because it's really like a small treadmill, which I really didn't want. I have a treadmill that I could go use if I so desired. I don't need 2 treadmills. So I'm going to have to send that back. I don't think I'm even going to open it. But, I mean, I'm sure it's not quite as big as the box, but it's 80 pounds, and that's pretty heavy for me. I have a hard time lifting 40 pounds anymore. Because how do I know that? Because the dog food bags weigh 40 pounds, and I have a really, really hard time lifting those. And besides, with that hernia that I have, it's not a good idea for me to lift heavy things. So I'm supposed to go have that looked at next week. I think it's next week or the week after, and see if talk to a surgeon about maybe having it fixed if it's not too involved. We'll have to see. But I do want to talk to somebody about that. So I did that to myself, moving some furniture around, but it wasn't like I was lifting anything. I was just pulling and pushing. And I guess that wasn't a good thing to do, because after that I developed this hernia. So, yeah, you're not as strong as you were when you were younger. You think you are in your head, but your body's laughing at you going, no, you're not going to do that. And if you do, I'm going to punish you. So anyway, yeah, well, what are you going to do? It beats the alternative, right? So I think I'm going to, other than taking my little guy to the groomer, I don't have any plans of stopping at the store. Yesterday I thought about going to Mark's and just looking around their closeout aisle, and I thought, no, you don't need any more stuff. So I didn't. I just came home. What's the matter? You got something stuck in your throat? Oh, he's got one of those, what do they call them, reverse sneezes or something going on. Anyway, he's fine. So, yeah, I'm still going to look around for another walking pad, because I do need to get up and get moving, and just walking in place just doesn't do it. Even on a walking pad, you're walking in place, but it's a different feeling. You actually feel like you're walking as opposed to just lifting your legs and making the motion. I know it works, I know, but that's not what I'm after. So, okay, that's my plan for the budget book for today. I can't think of anything that I need. If I want a salad, I can go outside and pick some greens before they get killed with the frost and go on from there. All right, I'll be back. What are you doing, Chloe? You look really silly. Are you in Mama's chair again? Oh, that's nice. Look at that. That is a nice thing. Nice and warm. Okay. I won't kick you out. Have a nice nap. Your sister made herself very comfy here in my chair. Yes, she did. You're going for a haircut and a bath today. Yes, you are. And it's your turn tomorrow. I know you guys are real excited about that. I've got this love seat here, and these cushions keep falling over. So if anybody has any suggestions on how I can keep them from falling over, let me know in the comments below. All right, well, back to my making of the breakfast. Well, it's almost time to take my little guy to the groomer, and I always have to coordinate getting one dog out the door without all the rest of them just being in a pile. So that's always a project, but let's do it. All right, well, I just dropped my little buddy off, and it's going to be a couple of hours. It was a project getting him out the door, but not too bad. I think I have it worked down to a system. I have to kind of sneak him out the door. Otherwise, everybody's piling on and having a fit. Ryan said when I took Chloe the other day that Lizzie whined the whole time. Shocking. So I'm headed home now, and I'll pick him up in a couple of hours. So that's $60, which is quite a bit of money, but I find that it's worth it. Because, you know, you have to keep them groomed, otherwise, you know, they can't do it themselves. So I'm trying to test out this phone holder on I put it on, oh, I've got construction going on in front of me here. So I'm trying to test it out to make sure that it works on the windshield and doesn't fall off. So we'll see. Yeah, I don't want to take anybody out here, but God, there's like traffic everywhere all the time. I hate to even go anywhere. It's kind of disturbing. Used to be you could go for a nice ride somewhere, nice relaxing drive. I used to love to drive. And now it's like, oh, forget it. It's just not pleasant anymore. So I avoid it as much as possible, and it saves on the gasoline and the wear and tear on the car. So, you know, look for the positive things in life. And if I wanted to get outside, I can go in my backyard. I don't really have to go somewhere. Sometimes people, they have to go somewhere all the time. You know, I don't get that. But that's not me. But a lot of people just don't like to stay home by themselves. It's my thing. I love it. So that's what I do a lot of. And honestly, I enjoy my own company. And if I want to, I can call somebody on the phone and have a little chat. That's always nice too, but I don't have to go places constantly. So, all right, well, I'm almost home. I don't know if you can see any of the leaves are starting to turn. Looks nice. that should be over with within a couple weeks anyway. Sometimes it doesn't even take that long. So, all right, I'll be back. So I've been walking around my house just going, oh my God, I gotta get this cleaned up. So I was thinking, you know, it's really a shame that we have to start living this way, you know, just continuously having things that we need to have on hand just in case. And I know some of you don't live that way, you don't prep, but I don't know. You know, it's like you're getting ready for something that you feel might be coming down the pike and hoping that it doesn't come down the pike. But, you know, you're just better, in a way it makes you feel better that you have it, but on the other hand, you have to store stuff. So it gets a little crowded sometimes when you have to do that. And I was just thinking, it's a real shame we have to live this way in this country now. Didn't used to be that way. You know, you got what you needed, and that's that, and you didn't worry about what was going to be going on tomorrow. But those are the times we live in, and there's a channel. It's called, I think it's called Prepper Dog, DAWG. And he comes on and he does commentaries about what's going on. He's a prepper, and you know what, he does some analysis about things that he hears about. So he had a very interesting vlog today that you might want to give it a listen. I don't want to link it in the comments below or in the description box because the YouTube algorithm picks up everything, and if it doesn't like something, it shadow bans you. So, and what that means is it just does not push your videos out. So that's another part of the world that we live in. You know, everything is getting to the point where it's becoming censored to voice your opinions. Not that I'm going to be quiet about it, but, you know, I mean, this is a little part of my income, and I don't want to lose it. So if I did, I'd be all right, you know, but it's nice to have the little bit of extra money. So I went on Amazon, and I was going to return that walking pad treadmill, and I didn't pay attention. This happened to me one other time where it's not free returns. So I don't want to spend $100 returning this thing when it only costs me $160 to buy it. So I'm going to make it work, and I have a trundle under the daybed in my living room. And it would fit perfectly under there. I could pull it in and out, but I have to get rid of the trundle. And I guess I could offer that up on Marketplace. But honestly, I hate selling things. I really do. Because it's a big hassle. It still hangs around the house. And then you've got to, you know, people say, oh yeah, I want it, I don't want it. And getting it to a meeting place, because I don't want people coming in and out of my house while I sell things. There's just too many crazies out there. So I suppose I'll just end up donating it. We'll see, because I don't use it. I mean, the only thing that I use it for, I store some blankets under the bed, and you know, it just kind of, I can pull it out and get the blankets I want and then push it back under. But I don't need to have that. So it's probably something that I should get rid of and just not worry about that. And besides that, I get a lot of, you know, dust bunnies from having the 3 dogs, and they accumulate under the bed. So it would just be easier if I just got rid of the trundle and called that good. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to, because there's things in my garage that are going to be used in the garden for next year. So things that I've gathered that I don't want to put out this year because it's too late in the season. So I have to figure out how I'm going to store those so that I can get my car in. And it's things like fencing that I want to use in the garden next year. And I have a potting bench out there that needs to be put together, and a small pop-up greenhouse. So I need to figure out where I'm going to put that stuff, where it'll be out of the way, but I'll still be able to access it in the spring and finally get all that stuff set up out there. So it's a process. It's like juggling. You know, you move this and then you have to move that. I want to set up my indoor garden, which I don't even know if I'm going to use it this year. Oh, these fruit flies, terrible. But I want to set up my indoor garden in the basement, and I want to put those big plants that I brought in from the deck. I want to put those in the basement. But in order to do that, I have to make some room and just set it up somewhere. So it's a juggling act, you know, this downsizing and getting rid of things, and, you know, it's just one big headache, in my opinion. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, you shouldn't have so much stuff to begin with, which is true. But, you know, when you're transitioning from one phase of life to another, sometimes the old stuff isn't gone yet, and you have new stuff that you brought in to help you transition. I don't know, it's just a big project. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing today, trying to think of what would be the easiest way to get this stuff removed and moved. So, because some of it is bigger stuff that I need help with, and even the donation people, they won't take just anything. They don't take anything that one person can't carry into the truck. So I would have to get somebody with a truck to take some of the things to the donation, which eventually I will do. But, you know, it's just not easy. And then as you're getting older, you don't have the energy to get it all done, and it just takes forever and a day. So that's the point I'm at right now. Just organizing my stuff, getting rid of stuff, and getting what I need. So I guess that's a process that's going to take me all of a year anyway. That's the plan. And hopefully it doesn't take me too much longer than that, because it's very disruptive to your life when you have this corner torn apart, and then you have to tear apart this corner to accommodate this corner, and you just have to keep shifting things around and getting rid of things in the meantime too. So it's a big project, and I know some of you have gone through this already. You've moved to new houses. Sometimes it's almost easier because you are of the mindset of, do I really want this in my new house? And will it fit in my new house? And then a lot of times if the answer is no, it's like you have to get rid of it. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to take my little guy for his trim and keep working on some areas of the house that I want to get done. So, all right, my friends, well, I'm not going to cook much today. I throw a pizza in the little pizza oven. I don't know yet. I still have plenty of greens. I can have a salad. Plenty of things to eat. A sandwich is always good. So that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Bless you, and I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.